Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Foggy and Fly taking place here on Tyrannus Stand. Over here on the bottom right hand side of the map, we have Foggy spawning as the red night elf. Over here on the top left, we have Fly spawning as the blue orc. Orc versus night elf in this 1v1 matchup. Let's hope for a demon hunter versus blade master. Really, yeah, you know what? That used to be like a crazy saying, like hope for a demon hunter. Of course it's gonna be a demon hunter. You may see some sort of potom craziness, you know, or some warden craziness, but you would never see Keeper of the Grove. And then all of a sudden the Keeper of the Grove became much more powerful and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. And I think one of the main reasons why the Keeper of the Grove is in fact so scary, his casting range of Force of Nature is so far that in a battle, the Keeper of the Grove can just go off to the side, cast Force of Nature behind the front line, and then all of a sudden that back line, your riflemen, your archers, your casters, your units that are trying to be protected by that front line are getting attacked by a tree in the back, right? Like you're like, wait, hey, you like, you know, let's be Roman about this. You have your army, you stand in the front lines. I'm gonna be going up against your army. You guys stand in the front line. We'll run at each other and we'll hit each other and we'll see who wins. Like no. I'm gonna cast a magic spell and have all of a sudden a whole bunch of people behind you. And now that those breastplates that you are so interested in, well, they are no longer useful against the back. And well, no, I take it back. Hey, can you help me watch replays from NetEase? It's NWG replay file types. I don't know how I can help you watch them. Anyway, Shadowhunter now making its way back down to the south. Lightning Shield. This is a Shadowhunter versus a Keeper of the Grove. So very interesting strategy here to go for a Keeper, or to go for a Shadowhunter first. If you're asking how I figure out how to install NetEase on my computer, my wife, who fully supports me in my casting, encouraged me and said, here, I'll help you install it. There's also a number of sites out there that actually have a tutorial to translate to English on what you need to do. Anyways, Keeper of the Grove currently out across over here, gonna be able to clearly and easily get to level 2 while setting up an expansion. There you go, there's that Keeper of the Grove, there's those additional forces of nature joining in on the fight. Shadowhunter now wandering around, and we'll see what is gonna become of this here in just a moment. Oh, poor Grunt. All he was doing was trying to get healed, and he ends up getting attacked and disrupted in that heal right there. All right, also taking a look, a little bit of a slow damage there, as all the melee frost armor are difficult to overcome. Forest Troll Shadow Priest could also try to heal up that Grunt there, but what that Forest Troll Shadow Priest is really there for is dispel or abolish magic. That Keeper of the Grove casting a lot of entangles, especially against 3 supply units. That might be a big problem. And you know what? Maybe the amount of damage, the entangle, it should be fixed, but the duration should probably be proportionate to how much supply it is. So if you entangle a Tauren, you end up losing 5 supply worth of fight because he is rooted in place and unable to do anything, as opposed to, say, entangling a footman or an archer, right? All right, going after this Tree of Life. Tree of Life taking a large amount of damage. Is it going to be enough? Keeper of the Grove out onto the field. Double Serpent Wards. Tree of Life is getting poked down to 200, down to 150, down to 140. Is it going to be enough? Scroll of Town Portal may be used, and yes, Scroll of Speed now being used right there in order to get away. Beautifully done. Forest Troll Shadow Priest quickly abolishes magic in order to get away. No more entangles. Clarity Potion in addition to that healing salve on the Shadowhunter as it heads back off to the north. Also purposely drops down a Serpent Ward to protect the back door and make sure he is no longer being followed. Losing that Tree of Life, a very big deal for Foggy. He spent a lot of time and invested a lot of time trying to set that expansion up. In order for this expansion and this particular creep pattern to really be worth it now, he basically hit the reset button on that one expansion. Now, we are looking into a Goblin Tinker? I'm trying to do the math in why you would go for a Goblin Tinker second. Pocket factories are extremely effective and useful. Also, perhaps you want fortified actually, I'm not quite sure why you would want the Goblin Tinker. I'll have to see how it is being played in this matchup here. Serpent Wards, Alchemist fighting back against these units here. There is a Tome of Experience. Someone pick it up quickly, please. Kobold Taskmaster going to get taken down. There it goes as the Goblin Tinker gets some additional items. Here we go. Goblin Tinker. Are we going to see a Pocket Factory? Oh, there's the Pocket Factory now. You're going to see those Clockwork Goblins make their way out, but no, quickly destroyed by the forces of nature. Apparently, forces of nature do not like robotic factories at all. Clockwork Goblins, Goblin Tinker now using a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability will be able to stick around for a little while longer as the Goblin Tinker gets to level 2. Alright, he is also getting healed up during this time as well, as the archers taking a lot more damage than he would probably like at this point, down to 21 hit points, but still ends up surviving as no one was microwing those Serpent Wards. Foggy sitting at 34 supply, Fly sitting at 31. This is a little bit of cute play at this point, not quite sure what to make of it. Meanwhile, Alchemist and Keeper of the Grove all here ready to go, trying to clear out some more creep camps. 33 supply compared to 34. Goblin Alchemist going to go ahead and engage, try to finish off all of these units here. As well, a little bit of evasion happening, causing those archers to miss their target. Back off to the north, we are looking at Fly clearing out, well, the expansion location, and just really trying to earn a little bit of experience and regroup before he tries to press one more time. Foggy does, or is nearly done with his expansion now. Let's take a look at it. We are also getting into an Ancient of Wonders here, so there will be a number of trees to try and protect this location. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Goblin Tinker with Ring of Regeneration should be able to heal up quite nicely. Perhaps that Ring of Regeneration should also be given to the Shadow Hunter, who is currently down on hit points as well. Let's take a look. Low hit point Peon down to 37 hit points. One more shot should do it. There it goes, right in the back. Meanwhile, Alchemist now gets to level 3. No easy way to see what that ability is. I can't even tell based upon the healing spray if it was a level 2 or the level 1 variety. Couldn't click on a unit in time. Shadow Hunter sitting at 37 using Rejuvenation, getting hit points and mana. Replenishment Potion. Goblin Tinker sitting at level 2. We do have Spirit Walkers, and those Spirit Walkers will be incredibly important for spreading out all that damage, especially as the Shadow Hunters get... the Shadow Hunter has level 2 healing wave. Let's take a look at it. Clockwork Goblins quickly taken out. Glad I caught you. Thanks for the cast. Thank you for tuning in. Enforcer about to get finished off here in just a moment. There goes some of those units again. There goes one. There goes the other. Mana Stone now picked up by the Tinker. It should be given to the Shadow Hunter since, well, the Shadow Hunter seems to be casting more and more spells lately. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Alchemist with True Shot Aura going to get bonus damage across all of these units here. Meanwhile, the little forces of nature should be able to finish off that Kobold Geomancer and pick up that Tome of Knowledge. Meanwhile, this level 8 Dark Wizard will quickly get taken down. We are getting up some skeletal minions here, but it should be no problem as well. Here comes a potential creep, a game-changing creepjack. Potion of Greater Healing. Who's going to pick it up? Goblin Tinker picks it up, now chasing after. Scroll of Protection coming back the other way. Serpent Wards are being thrown down. Grunts getting taken down as well. A disenchant across multiple Clockwork Goblins as the Pocket Factory looks like it should get taken out, but it is still cranking out those units. 49 supply compared to 49. Foggy finally going into low upkeep. Meanwhile, Fly still not in low upkeep, but does not have his expansion just quite yet. 64 supply here, ready to go. Alchemist sitting at level 3. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 4. Going up against a level 4 Shadow Hunter and an almost level 4 Goblin Tinker. Only a little bit of experience is required to get to that next level. Just trying to push through it. Meanwhile, Serpent Wards are in position here to try and offer a little bit of protection. Voodoo Lounge could easily get taken down as more Ogre Maulers and more Mercenaries could get hired up, since there is a little bit of a gold advantage, at least for now. Ogre Mauler in that front line going straight after those Raiders. Raiders taking bonus damage from the clubs of that Ogre Mauler. Meanwhile, thank you, Charlie Bruce, for the sub, as the Serpent Wards are just nicely in the back, spraying across all of that damage. Ogre Mauler about to get taken down. Clockwork Goblin still cranking out units. Potion of Invulnerability on the Alchemist as he runs around to try to finish off more and more units here. Pocket Factory will finally get taken down, but a collection of 4 Serpent Wards, 27 to 30 damage. That adds up extremely quickly as the Shadow Hunter, well, he needs a lot of healing. Where is those healing waves? That I do not know. Do we see any Voodoo Lounge? No, I do not either. Not that much Clarity Potion. This could potentially be a problem as this expansion is going to get finished off. Foggy with this large army now pushing through. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 5. Alchemist sitting at level 4. And this may just be too much. Alright, Serpent Wards being thrown down here. Healing Salve finally being used. There is a Potion of Greater Healing. Perhaps that should be given to the Shadow Hunter as well, or more healing waves should be used as well as the Alchemist. It looks like one Acid Bomb would really just focus way too many, or way more damage as well. Shadow Hunter, Healing Salve finally comes to an end. Healing Spray being used to heal back up all of these units. Serpent Wards off to the side, getting in a potential a large amount of damage, 27 to 30. They do attack very, we're at a good speed though, compared to other piercing ranged units. All right, 18 to 24 damage compared to 27 to 30. That is how strong those Serpent Wards are, except for the fact that they cannot move. Back down to the south, Tree of Life mining away. Still has plenty of mining to go. Meanwhile, Ogre Mauler, Huntress is in that front line spot. Are we going to see a bit of an engagement? Clockwork Goblin's going to be coming out of that Pocket Factory. Could easily get taken down, though, as the forces of nature come over to engage. Scroll of Protection now being used to push forward, and I believe this is just going to be far too much. Foggy has had the economic advantage for far too long, and he's simply just going to be able to A-move with that army size advantage, 70 compared to 42. All right, Huntresses pushing their way through. Hex onto an Alchemist who was trying to cast Healing Spray, but still not going to be enough. Though that little bit of bonus damage not going to amount to much there as more Raiders get finished off. Goblin Tinker down to 34 hit points, using Healing Salve again. Perhaps should have been using a Potion of Greater Healing as well, as the Huntresses should be able to just finish off the remaining buildings and take this game. Foggy was really in control of this game throughout much of it. You saw Fly do a good job slowing down the expansion, but the Shadow Hunter as that primary hero just didn't do enough. The Serpent Wards were not properly microed in some key battles. Also, the Pocket Factory, as a second hero choice, the forces of nature were able to just close in on that Pocket Factory and finish it off so quickly with their melee damage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.